The next section of our course will be focused on using social media in your professional development and possibly with your classes, depending on the age of the students you teach. We're going to start with Twitter, and your task for this section is to tweet a selfie. That's where you take a picture of yourself, for those of you who are not familiar with the jargon, and give a shout out or mention your principal. In this tweet, you will also use the hashtag 4Cs for GISD as you see it on your screen. And the reason that you're using this hashtag is because this is an indexing device which makes your tweet show up in one of the curation tools that we're using. And if you want to know a little bit more about that, perhaps we could talk about that sometime after you finish this course. If for some reason you do not have a Twitter account already set up with your GISD email address, please do that. We highly encourage you to use your GISD email address for social media, professional development, of course, in appropriate ways. If you have questions about that, please contact one of us. And if you're not sure how to set up your Twitter account or what to do with it after, you can find several great tutorials on YouTube. And you are going to enter your Twitter handle, which is the part that follows the @ sign, after you've completed this section of the course. The next thing we're going to ask you to do related to social media is take a look at Google Plus, and specifically Google Plus communities. I'm going to pop out of this slide in just a minute and show you how to find Google Plus if you're not familiar with it. It is one of the best places to find teachers who are teaching the same things you are, teachers who may have ideas to help you teach what you need to teach, and generally just collaborating and communicating and learning about what other people are doing, which is always a good thing when we are teaching in classrooms where we expect the atmosphere to be collaborative. So the first task that you are going to do related to Google Plus is to join a community called Connected Classroom Workshop. You can see from this screenshot that there are 26,000 members of this Google Plus community. This is a place where teachers in our district have looked for classes across the nation, even across the globe, to connect with. We've had teachers do mystery Skype, where students ask questions about where the other class lives and what kinds of things are close by, and they're trying to guess the location of the class that they're connected with. We've also had people connect in this community with experts, with people who provide resources that maybe the regular classroom teacher could not provide. So we're going to ask you to join that Google Plus community. And then the next thing we want you to do is, after you're in Google Plus, we want you to search for communities related to the content area where you teach. If you're a math teacher, there are dozens of Google Plus communities where math teachers are kicking around ideas and topics and helping each other find new and innovative ways to teach math. So those are the two things that you're going to want to accomplish. I'm going to pop out of this screen and show you. If you're not familiar with how to get to Google Plus, you're going to want to have your drive open. So your drive is open when you see in the upper left corner the new button, but you're going to want to look straight across to this little gray tic-tac-toe grid. Your screen may not look exactly like mine, but you'll find this gray tic-tac-toe board here. When you click there, Google Plus will be somewhere in this collection of icons. Mine is at the top because I use it frequently. So look down. You may have to go to the More feature, but I suspect that it will be on this first screen. So you're going to click on Google Plus. If you've never set up a Google Plus profile, you may be asked to do that. There are YouTube videos to help you with that quite easily. Once you have Google Plus open, you're going to look for communities. And I suspect that if you've never looked at your Google Plus profile, you'll spend some time here, because there's much to read, there's much to learn, there are some interesting and engaging things here. So I'm going to click on communities, and you can tell that I have already joined the Connected Classroom that I'm asking you to find, but you are going to click in the search box up here and search Google Plus for this Connected Classroom Workshop, and it will come up. You'll click on it, and then you will click the join button here. Yours will say ask to join or maybe join. And once your membership has been approved by the people who run this community, yours will say member here as well. I want you to notice after you've joined this Connected Classroom workshop, this is one of my favorites because I can filter out the news feed and the discussion by grade level, by content area, even by virtual field trips. Lots of different filtering options are available with this particular Google Plus community. Even professional development is a tag that you can search for. And again, with 26,000 people contributing and collaborating, I think you'll find some things here that might be useful. So that's task number 1, is for you to join the Connected Classrooms workshop. And then task number 2 is for you to use this search box and find a community that relates to what you teach. Maybe it's math, maybe it's algebra, if I could spell it. And if you search for algebra, you are going to find communities of people who teach something related to algebra. Here's one, 4,767 people talking about math principles. 1,600 members here in a math group. So search for something that interests you, something that you feel like would help you teach the students who come to your classroom. And once you have chosen that group, you click the join button, and if it is one where your request has to be approved, that will happen usually within one day. Sometimes it's automatic. So pick a group that you want to join. When you go back to the instructions for this task in Google Classroom, you are going to type the name of this community that you joined. So if I joined this mathematics community, when I go back to my Google Classroom assignment for this course, I'm going to type in Mathematics Plus because that's the name of this Google Plus community. And then you will have some new resources, and hopefully you can spend some time here looking for innovative, collaborative, connected ways to engage your students.